what are the differences? So we got on the left, we got my favorite E-flite Extra 300. Now we might have the second favorite. It would have to push out the Night Timber X, but this could be the E-flite Extra 330. So the 300 morphed into a 330. Boy, I know I'm going to get that wrong several times through this video. So, first impression. It was the dangest thing. So Santa Claus was out picking up his sleigh. He took it in for a tune-up. He had to get the skids on the sleigh sharpened, get everything ready for the big trip. On his way back up north, he said, you know what? I got Sean's present. It's a pretty big box. We'll go ahead and drop it off early. So that's what happened. You know, killed two birds with one stone. I don't know if Santa Claus is killing birds, though. But he is dropping off extra 330s. You know, my favorite plane is the Extra 300. So now we got a 330. I say we unbox this guy, and then we'll compare it to the 300 and just see what kind of changes have been made. You know, the fuselage is, you know, I would almost say basically the same, but it's not, because the landing gear is different, the battery compartment. Let's just see what the differences are. Let's get this guy out of the box. Hey YouTube, it's Sean and Griffin RC Planes. So we got a new toy. We got the Extra 330. I say let's get this guy out of the box, and we'll at least set the fuselage next to the fuselage of the 300. Let's see what the differences are. You know, it's supposed to be almost the same plane, 1.3 meters versus 1.3 meters. The landing gear has changed. I think they said the battery hatch is different. I don't know. The 300 is my favorite plane. Not that I'm a 3D pilot, but I just like the looks of it a long time ago, and that's why I got it. And now I'm used to flying those type planes. They fly a whole lot slower. They've got enough power to get you out of trouble. It's crazy, but when I'm flying like the Timber X or I'm a big FMS Beaver, those planes are harder for me than this. Just because the wing loading, you know, so light, it can fly slower. It's more forgiving compared to other ones. So that's why I like it. And I'm getting pretty good at the 3D flying also. I wish the weather would be nice enough to go tomorrow, Saturday. But I think, man, the high is going to be like 31 degrees or something. It's been cold. It got down to like 18 last night, and the night before was pretty close to that. So anyways, hey, let's get this guy out of the box. Thank you, Santa, for swinging by early. Oh, that's what it looks like inside. Dun, 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 dun. That's cool that they still include a manual. A lot of people aren't. You know, they're including a business card with an app. Here, go download our app so we can make some more money off you downloading our app. Even like coworker bought a new car. No manual. You know, we got an app. We got an app for that. Appears to be in good shape. We got our 13x6 prop, same size propeller. It's looking good, looking good. So look at this landing gear here. This is a huge improvement to the bent wire there was before. I actually put a set of gears kind of like this on my very first one. I put it on there after I retired it, and with the intention of flying it again, but I didn't. So the battery hatch is definitely different. It's got a plastic thing you can grab onto, which is cool. The other one had a little the piece of tape, you know, the Scotch tape. It's got avian light speed control, which doesn't have the center the center wire, which I don't have smart batteries anyways. The center wire allows your speed control to see the telemetry data in your battery and then take that information from the battery through the speed control to the receiver back to your transmitter. That's what the center wire does. But I don't use the smart batteries, so that doesn't matter to me. It's got a wooden bottom in there for the battery. Oh, what are the differences? So we got on the left, we got my favorite E-flite Extra 300. Now we might have the second favorite. It would have to push out the Night Timber X, but this could be the E-flite Extra 330. So the 300 morphed into a 330. Boy, I know I'm going to get that wrong several times through this video. So, first impression right off the bat, the color's cool. Not that this one was bad, but that's a pretty cool color scheme. We'll see how it looks in the air. I can tell that the fuselage on the 330 is wider right off the bat. And the battery hatch is different. That's one thing I noticed with this guy here. It just had a piece of Scotch tape folded up that you pulled on, which was nothing wrong with it. And the Velcro straps are just run through like a foam floor, which was still pretty heavy duty. I've replaced the Velcro straps a time or two. And then in this guy, I noticed that the battery lid is bigger, and instead of a piece of tape, it's got a little place you can put your finger, and this corner is plastic. Pretty good magnets. Look at the difference in the size of the door right off the bat. So you get a little more room to get your fingers in there. And it has a wood floor. So when it's time for you to change out your Velcro straps, which I do quite often, it'll be easier to pull the old Velcro strap, out and get the new one in a little easier. It'll probably slide around that wood much easier than the foam. So that's the first impression right off the bat. The Avian Light speed control. So this speed control, you can tell by the color of this IC3 connector, the dark gray and the orange, is that it's a smart speed control. It doesn't have the center wire that a Avian smart speed control would have. The smart batteries have a center wire, and the center wire is what sends the data, the telemetry data on the battery pack from the battery into the speed control, from the speed control to the receiver, from the receiver back to your transmitter, so you can see the information on the battery. How the cells are doing, what's the temperature in the battery, how much voltage do you have left, all that stuff. I don't use smart batteries, so the center pin being missing is a-okay with me. My other smart speed controls, I don't use the center wire anyways. And then in the 300, it just has a regular IC3 that's not that color. So there's your difference in smart and non-smart. Good magnets. Click. Yep, good magnets. And then I also noticed on the bottom here that the exhaust pipes are different. So on the 300, we got double exhaust pipes. And on 330, got a single exhaust. So no more dual exhaust, huh? And the cooling hole is a little different compared to this guy. Definitely bigger. 330, bigger plane. So we got The cowl should be magneted on. Yep, sure is. And the motor is a 4346 910 kV. And the motor in the yellow one was a 4250. So what do the numbers mean? The size of the motor. So 4346 would be 43 millimeters wide by 46 millimeters long. And then the kV is a revolution per volt. You need to be a math genius to really figure out all that. And then the landing gear, that's a big deal. After about my third Extra 300, I never had a problem with the landing gear because I was good with the plane. My first Extra 300, I bent the landing gear on the first flight and bent it and bent it and bent it, and then kept trying to figure out ways to bend my own. Oh, got the first hanger rash in it. Have to get some touch-up paint on eBay for these planes. There we go. Well, I'm going to beat it all up. It's got a lid that goes over the top of this. I actually put a set of landing gear like this on my very first 300. I never flew it after I mounted the gear. It's more of a shelf queen. So that's cool. All right, and we got another hatch where the receiver is right here, which on the yellow one had the same little tape. This one, it looks like we can grab it again. It's plastic. Bam. So let's see. Just a little bit bigger for the 330. No. 300 is bigger. Oh, I'll be darned. Okay, I knew I was gonna get this messed up. So the battery or the receiver door is bigger on the 300, and AR631. Once you put your wings in, that's where you run your screws in for the wings.